Hey there, I'm Carrie, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about Shakespeare's Sonnet 29, also called When in Disgrace with Fortune and Men's Eyes. I'm going to read the poem up front, so if you just need to listen for class, that is going to be at the very beginning. Then I'll go back and break it down line by line, talk about any vocabulary that we need to cover, what some of this older English means, and kind of get down to the theme of the poem. If you are needing more specific information, like technical information about Shakespeare's sonnets, I've made a separate video about that where I talk about the rhyme scheme and iambic pentameter and all of that good stuff. Just kind of cover the basics. I will link that in the video notes. I've also got timestamps for this video in the notes, so definitely scroll down, click around, find exactly what it is you need. All right, let's get into Sonnet 29. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate. Wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least. Yet in these thoughts, myself almost despising, haply I think on thee, and then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. All right, so that's the whole thing. So let's go back and just go through it all again, line by line from the beginning. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes. So disgrace means unpopular. Something bad has happened. You've been embarrassed. You've been humiliated. There are no gold stars here. You're on the blacklist. Disgrace with fortune means like fate itself is frowning. Things are just really not going well for the speaker. So yeah, that's disgrace with fortune. Disgrace with men's eyes means you're like super unpopular. Nobody wants anything to do with you. I all alone beweep my outcast state. So again, by himself, very unpopular. Beweep just means weep over something, to cry over it. So I'm crying over my outcast, kind of a social outcast state. State means like your condition or your mood. I all alone beweep my outcast state and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries. Bootless means useless, and he says deaf heaven. So like heaven's not listening when I am crying out to them. Like the angels, the saints, God, not listening to me. No one is hearing my cries. And look upon myself and curse my fate. So the speaker is like hating his life at this point. Just like nothing's good, nothing's gonna go good. There's nothing to look forward to. Wishing me like to one more rich in hope. So he's saying like, he's looking at other people and saying like, I wish I had their lives. I wish I was more like him. I wish I had better prospects, that I had something to look forward to, that something good was coming my way. Featured like him with friends possessed. Featured means like physical features. So he's saying like, I wish I was better looking. I wish I looked like that person. Like him with friends possessed means I wish I had better friends. I wish I had that guy's friends and his connections and his contacts. Desiring this man's art and that man's scope. Art means like talent or skills. I wish I was as good at such and such as that guy. Scope means like opportunity and chances, just kind of how your outlook is, how things are looking for you. So he's like, man, I wish I had that guy's circumstances to kind of like make things work for me. With what I most enjoy, contented least. So this guy is almost in kind of like a depressed state. So like the things that used to make him happy, even like the best thing in his life, he says, I'm contented least with that. I'm getting no joy even from the things that used to make me happy. Yet in these thoughts, myself almost despising. Just to despise something, that's stronger than dislike. He's saying like, I'm almost hating myself. I'm disgusted with myself. Haply I think on thee. Haply means by chance or by accident. So he's saying like something reminds me of you. Something brings you to mind. Haply I think on thee, and then my state, again, that's like your condition, your mood. And then my state, Like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. So he's comparing himself to the bird. Like to the lark means just like the lark, just like a bird. At break of day arising, so at dawn in the morning. Arising from sullen earth, so sullen means like gloomy. So the bird wakes up in the morning and takes to the sky, leaves the gloomy kind of bummer earth behind and sings to the heavens, sings to the clouds and the sun. So sings hymns at heaven's gate. So the bird is up in the sky singing, but this is also kind of hearkening back to that earlier line in the poem where he says, I troubled deaf heaven with my bootless cries. Earlier he was saying like how sad he was. Heaven isn't even listening to me. Now he's comparing himself to this bird that is singing for joy at heaven's gate. So he's definitely taken a 180 here. When he is so completely bummed out, just everything seems hopeless, something reminds him of his beloved. Something brings that person to mind, and then all of a sudden his state, his mood, everything just seems better. Everything seems wonderful. Everything seems joyful. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings. Remembering that person's love brings this incredible wealth to his life. That then I scorn to change my state with kings. Scorn means reject, except like stronger, like, ew, no, I don't want anything to do with that. You scorn it. I scorn to change my state with kings. So I don't even want to switch spots with a king, someone that has all the opportunities and all the wealth and all the friends that they could possibly want. Says, your love brings me such incredible wealth, such joy, that I don't even want to think about changing places with them. That would be a step down for me to trade your love for everything that they have. All right, that's about all I've got on Sonnet 29. I hope some of that was helpful. If it was, please like and subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when the next story or poem becomes available. If there was a different story or poem that you were interested in or a particular author you were wondering about, definitely drop that in the comments and I will see what I can do. Best of luck to you, and I'll see you in the next chapter.